Moving on from question 4 over at Logical Reasoning drill set number 6 from lawhub.lsac.org, we're going to attempt question 5 with the highlight tool still ready to go, and we're going to identify and mark the task first. Number 5's question stem reads, which one of the following is an assumption on which the argument depends? So this is asking us to find a assumption necessary to whatever the argument is on the left-hand side. So we keep our highlight tool ready to go. We're going to read the paragraph, and then we're going to highlight solely the conclusion of said argument. Statements read, when the Green Line Bus Company declares bankruptcy next month, thousands of people will have no access to mass transit. Therefore, the regional government should buy the line and convert it to a public bus service. Some argue that this plan would waste public funds. However, ensuring the provision of vital community services is more important than fiscal efficiency. Now, this actually has a little bit of nuance in terms of identifying the conclusion. We should recall that any conclusion must be a statement of opinion, not of fact. And if we have multiple opinions, we need to consider the direction of support in order to determine what the ultimate conclusion is. Understanding that conclusion has to be requiring the support of the other opinion rather than providing it. So we'll just consider the statements individually. So this opening statement about the Green Line Bus Company and it declaring bankruptcy and thousands of people having no access to mass transit, that is just a statement of fact. There is no opinion here. We don't need to consider it as a possible conclusion. Obviously, the word therefore indicates a potential conclusion, which is that the regional government should buy the Green Line Bus Company and convert it to a public bus service. So this could be our conclusion. But then we've got the statement, some argue that this plan would waste public funds. Well, the argument of others is going to be presented as a statement of fact, cannot be the conclusion of this argument. So we don't need to consider it as a potential main conclusion. But then we've got this other transition. However, ensuring the provision of vital community service is more important than fiscal efficiency. Another seemingly opinionated statement. So we need to consider whether this final opinion supports the opinion following therefore, or the opinion following therefore supports that final statement. So ensuring the provision of vital community services being more important than fiscal efficiency could lead to this conclusion that the regional government should buy the line and convert it to a public bus service. However, that the regional government should buy the Green Line Bus Company and convert it to a public bus service would not at all lead to the conclusion that ensuring the provision of vital community services is more important than fiscal efficiency. So that means this middle sentence is our main conclusion. And we need to think proactively about something that must be true in order to believe that the regional government should buy the line and convert it to a public bus service. And it's basically going to be linking this idea that comes afterwards, which is that providing the vital community services is, in fact, the reason that we should buy the line. And it's more important to provide those community services than spend the funds and potentially waste them. So we need to have that mentally predicted as we go engage the answer choices, trying to find an assumption that broadly matches that link of, well, we've got to prove that the Green Line is in fact some sort of vital community service. Thank you for watching this explanation video of logical reasoning drill set number 6 over lawhub.lsac.org. If you enjoy the tips it contains, please consider liking the video and subscribing to MyGuru's channel to be alerted when new explanation videos are released by MyGuru. Also, check out the description below because within it you'll find links to additional resources from MyGuru and additional full prep test sets of video explanations. In the meantime, let's get back to this video explanation. Choice A reads, Green Line's financial difficulties result from inefficient management. Well, we don't care about the past and how Green Line went into all of its problems fiscally. So choice A would require additional information to link to the specific plan about regional government buying the line. So choice A should be able to be eliminated almost immediately. Then choice B, Green Line can be operated more efficiently with public rather than private ownership. Well, this may just seem like a good idea, but we're not concerned with efficiency in this argument. We're concerned about providing the vital community services and saying that the Green Line Bus Company and its services have to be a vital community service. So choice B, again, would require additional information to link it to the metric of success for this specific argument. Then choice C, bus service is the form of mass transit used most by the region's residents. Well, we don't need it to be the absolutely most used form of mass transit. So choice C could be eliminated again as something that's just not accomplishing the task because it's not needed to believe the argument. Then choice D, mass transit is a vital community service within the region. Well, ding, ding, ding. This is exactly what we kind of mentally predicted. We should be able to proactively select D at this moment. And then choice E, just for the purposes of this video, no bus company other than Green Line provides mass transit anywhere in the region. Well, again, this, much like C, is not something that is absolutely necessary to believe the argument is valid. Whereas choice D, if you wanted to briskly use the negation test and just see what would happen if it weren't true, if mass transit is not a vital community service, the entire argument would fall apart. And of course, hopefully, you'd come to the conclusion that choice D is the correct answer and something that must be assumed to believe this argument a little while ago.